Sydney. I guess how's it feel coming in this year? With some experience besides being a kind of a wet behind the ears freshman, still trying to learn some things.
It feels great. I think having that year under my belt last year has taken away all the nerves that I had at this point last year, and I'm just really excited for tomorrow to start.
How much did you learn?
A lot, especially being so young in it all and surrounded by such a great team, such an older team. You learn so much, all the good, all the bad, but it's so beneficial going into then a second year having known it all.
What's the best way to describe the versatility of y'all bullpen coming to this season?
It's so versatile. I think our staff as a whole is just, we've got everything. We've got pitchers throwing, we all throw so hard, I think we all complement each other very well, and I think it's going to take us a real far way this year.
How, with this many seniors and this much depth and returning talent to the lineup, do you feel like this team's a little bit further ahead than other teams on opening weekend?
I think the age definitely helps us a lot. I think there's so much wisdom that all these girls have, having been here, some even 6 years, and I think it definitely helps us out, having been taught from them, been taught from the coaches. I think it puts us in a very good position to start off the year.
Coach mentioned the freshman class being super talented. Have you been kind of able to relay anything from your experience from that and try to help them, bring them along?
I think it's a lot of position players, so I'm not around them as much as some of our older kids, but the older kids definitely, having Taylor and Carly in the infield with them, they have been able to help them just so much, pass along their wisdom, teach them all the things, and they look like they could be out there day one too.
I guess can we consider you one of the OGs of the
That is what we call ourselves, yes.
Oh, who came with the name OGs? I guess.
I don't know. I know I've spit it out a couple times about me, Raylene, and Ciara. We came in together. We've been roommates our whole time here, so it's cool to see it.
I guess when y'all been scrimmaging for so long, how much you got that itch to finally play somebody else?
Especially against our pitchers, we're ready. We've been ready since the fall. Spring, we didn't even have to talk about it. We already knew. But I think it is a good step in our preparation to get ready for other teams.
What have you been seeing out of y'all pitchers?
A lot of good things. So Sydney Berzon, of course, still dealing, still same her, even better actually. And then the addition of Kelly Lynch being a good complement to Sydney Berzon has been cool to see. Not while you're in the box, but when you're on the field, cool to see. And just other pitchers that will be able to come in and get things done for us. I'm excited.
Where do you feel like this team's at for opening weekend? Do you think you're a little bit further ahead in preparation than you were in maybe years past with all this experience?
I know personally, I feel a little more comfortable. I remember even last year I was still a little nervous opening day. I was like, oh gosh, here we go again. But I think fifth time's a charm, finally feel comfortable going into the first game. We've done a lot of preparation work to get to this point, and I just hope we stay calm, stay confident through it all.
What would you say you want the identity of this team as one of the veteran leaders? Is it in the conversation that you all have had about what you want this 2024 version to be?
Not necessarily of our identity, but just trying to uphold the standard that we have. So we have our Tigers traits and what we want everyone to kind of embody. So I guess you could say it is identity, but just staying true to ourselves, not trying to do too much. We know we have a lot of pieces to this puzzle, and we don't want to try and do it all in one day. Let it fall out, continue to get better, never settle with where we're at.
Y'all have a motto for this season?
Our theme this year is deal us in. So just knowing we're never out of the fight. It's not the cards that you're dealt, it's how you deal them. So we're going to face adversity here and there, but just making sure that we play it right, we use it to our advantage and not let it just crumble us.
The person who came up with that, they're not much of a blackjack player.
No, guess not.
As one of the OGs, how have you been kind of able to, help out all the freshmen on this team? What's something you've been able to kind of relay to them?
Yeah, it's something we talk about quite a bit, that the freshman class this year is so good. They'll have a lot of pieces whenever we leave, and to get this year with them that we might not have had without COVID is kind of a blessing in disguise, I think, for us and for them. So for me, being able to help Kiki and Ciara Daniel at short, just being able to talk through the game a little more, it's also good reminders for me going into the games. but just being able to all use each other, lean on each other. We've all been in all these spots, so it's a good conversation to have with them.
How much of it is an anxiousness to get started, because you feel like you can be pretty doggone good?
Yeah, definitely very anxious for it, but just, again, trying not to do too much too fast. We're not going to be our very best tomorrow, but continuing to stack good days on top of good days and hope to, in the end, everything falls out where it is.
What was the move going into the opening weekend? I mean, finally getting the chance to play another opponent.
No, yeah, we're super excited. We've been working super hard every single day. We've been trying to get 1% better every single day, and we're challenging each other at practice and in the scrimmages, but we're super excited just to get another team out there and compete every day.
How important is it not just win, but kind of set the tone for what this team wants to be?
I think it's super important. Our plan is just to stick to our process and to go all the way, compete every single day, and stick with our plan and just play LSU softball and play for each other.
Based on your previous experience, what's opening weekend been like?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, I don't really have words to describe it. Every weekend is incredible to play in Tiger Park. We have the best fans in the country, and they really make this space electric, and it's super exciting coming out for the first weekend. I mean, everyone's super excited. It's the first weekend. We're back at it, and it's a really fun time.
Anything personal for you that you guys came from doing extra work, but just maybe personal goals you have for yourself this season?
Yeah, for me, I'm just going to continue to just stay true to myself, use all my tools, just continue to work on, pitch selection, stuff like that, and working on the details with mechanics in the outfield, but just continuing to just play my own game and use all my tools, whatever helps the team out.
Coach talked about the depth that you all have, especially just veterans all the way to the brand newcomers. What have you seen? What's been your kind of look at just all the talent this roster has?
I think it's super cool. We have all the pieces we need. All 26 of us play an important role. And I think it's super cool. We have so many veterans coming back. I mean, the experience helps out a lot, and we're a really player-led team. So I think we help each other out when we see something, and I think it's going to benefit us for the long run.
Taylor says the name for the veterans are the OGs. so how's it feel being an OG, kind of helping the freshmen and all the newcomers?
It's super cool. It's a super cool experience to be able to do that. I mean, I know a lot of people were upset about COVID. I mean, we all were in the moment, but me and Taylor have talked about it before. We're kind of glad it happened because we got another year to play for LSU, and we wouldn't be with the freshmen or the newcomers that came in. So it's a super cool experience to be able to help the young ones out and just play with them.
Do you feel like this team is a little bit further along for opening day than you have been in years past, just because you have so many returning pieces to the lineup?
I definitely think so, yeah. And like I said, the experience definitely helps. And I think from day one, we've pushed each other every single day to get better. And I think that's really helped us, and it'll help us for the long run for sure.
Do you guys have an overarching theme this season, something that you guys are striving to work towards?
Our whole thing in this season is just to deal us in, whatever cards we're dealt this season, good or bad. Some things can't go your way, whether it's a call on the field or the weather, whatever it is. We don't care what's going to happen, but we're just going to be dealt in and play with the cards that we're dealt, and we're just going to compete every single day. Big thing for us is just staying within our plan and all 26 of us being on the same page and going at it full time.
Based on what you've seen in the fall and in the spring, what are some names people should be aware of when watching this team play this weekend?
I mean, I think if you know of a lot of names, Taylor Pleasance, don't even have to say it. Sydney Berzon is complete. Kelly Lynch, I think, is one to look for this season, both in the box and on the mound. We also have some pretty good freshmen. Tori Edwards, she taps the ball and it's 400 feet over the fence. I think we have a lot of great players, and I think you're going to be seeing a lot of great things this year.